Genesis 1 through 5 is where it all begins. The story of God and the whole universe. When God first created the universe, both the heavens and the earth was a formless void, and light was missing from it. But God was there. There is also a wind from God. The Hebrew word here is ruach, and it's the same Hebrew word for wind and breath and spirit. The Spirit is with us from the beginning. This passage begins a repetition of God speaking things into existence. Over the next days of creation, God speaks and things become. Into the dark, God spoke and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. All of God's creation is good. In fact, the Hebrew word could be better translated, and God saw how good it was. Then, just like God on subsequent days, God separates. On day 1, God separates the light from the darkness. Separating is an act of making things holy or setting them apart. Next, God names the light and the dark. This act of naming is important because in the ancient world, names have power. God is showing God's power in the naming of day and night. This pattern will continue throughout the next days of creation. God speaks, creation acts, God separates, God names, and creation is good. John 8:12 tells us more about the light of the world that God creates in this first day of creation. John claims that Jesus is the same light of the world as the light on day 1. Just like how God and the Holy Spirit were at the beginning. John suggests that Jesus was there too. Creation reminds us that the light is literally necessary for life. Light is the first step in creating life. Light is life-giving. Jesus does more than tell us about light. Jesus invites us into the light when he says, "Whoever follows me." It is truly an invitation to all. This metaphor of light does have some important issues to consider. This invitation to light might be understood differently by campers who are younger and hold fears of the dark. This might be heard differently by those who have faced great challenges. Remember that this can also be heard a literal way. And that has historically been used to theologically dismiss the humanity of those with darker skin. Guard against dualistic understanding, that is positive versus negative. God does not make darkness as a negative. We have done that all by ourselves. Affirm your campers on this day. Remind them that there is light inside of them. We can all share our light. And in doing so, we share the light of God when we read about creation dawning and that Christians claim dwelt among us in Jesus. On this first day of camp, Jesus' invitation to walk in the light can be offered as a comfort to the campers. Walk with them as they seek a safe space. Settle into groups and spaces of camp. Help them experience a warm welcome and receive an invitation to journey deeper. Help them see how following Jesus can light their path and makes them a light to the whole world.